This is the Long Haul Pedalcast with John McGavick and Steve Schools. Incredible stories of endurance coming from the prairies. Be inspired to create your own long haul journey. Welcome back, everyone, to the Long Haul Pedalcast. We've got an extremely special guest today, Adam Smith, a young full-time cyclist from Winnipeg, racing in Europe these last couple seasons. Such a great interview, not only over the last couple seasons of very exciting and very dramatic racing, but just how he got into the sport and how he's progressed over many, many years as a Manitoba cyclist to a European full-time cyclist. So, John, this is such a cool interview, taking us through the ups and downs of a full-time cyclist racing at, a very, very high level in Europe.
Absolutely, Steve. I think you and myself, we follow cycling. We know cycling fairly well. I didn't understand that N1 level, that Neo Pro, but I've also asked myself, why aren't there more Canadians that have gone from the Canadian scene into the European scene? And I think what we're seeing here is a really special young man, someone who set big goals for himself, takes things on his shoulders, his responsibility to say, I'm going to get to this level. And then just hearing that journey, how remarkable it was, how hard those races were, it was phenomenal.
And so just humble, just having fun and being humble and trying to be the absolute best he can be. So enjoy this interview with Winnipeg's Adam Smith. Okay, welcome everyone to the Pedalcast. Today we've got a great guest, Adam Smith from Winnipeg, who's been racing around Europe this whole last season, and we want to really learn lots about you, Adam. So welcome to the Pedalcast.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, great to have you, and we've got John McGavick here as well. So let's jump in. This is how we like to do it on the Pedalcast. Let's jump into some really exciting racing in the summer of 2024. Going back to last year, the summer, you raced nationals and then you went to Europe afterwards, but let's jump into National Championships 2024 for junior riders. Take us through that incredible week that you had there.
Yeah, I think going into that weekend, obviously you're really motivated because it's the national championships. And then also as a junior, I really wanted to qualify for the world championships that were later that year. And to qualify doing well at nationals was, really important for selection, especially the road race.
And you're in St. George, Quebec.
Yeah, in St. George, Quebec. Yeah. So, I was staying with my junior team, PNW, and the first race was the time trial. And there's not too much to say about that. Just go out and go as hard as you can. And that was my plan. And it was good enough for second.
And were you going into it thinking like you had a chance?
Yeah,
I
had raced in Europe with the national team that spring. And I kind of knew that I was pretty strong and I could do well. I didn't know exactly, but I knew that I had a chance to do well. And I wasn't surprised by getting second. I think being second was, it's nice, but it's also kind of bittersweet because you're second.
Yeah.
But
how did you get selected to be on the national team to go to Europe in the spring?
Yeah, so that was based off nationals the year before.
Okay.
I had come like 20th around there in most of the races, and I was the last one to get selected to go to Europe in the spring. And it was a really amazing experience for the first time I got to race in Europe, and learned a whole bunch from the other riders and the coaches. I got some really good racing experience that helped me later on in the year for sure.
So you had a kind of a sense then going into nationals, like relative to where the rest of the Canadian team is, where the top riders are, you've got some chances. So you get second in the time trial.
Yeah.
But then you've got the road race and the criterium. So take us through the road race.
Yeah. So first selection for the World Championships, the road race is the most important one for sure. I think getting a podium would pretty much mean you were definitely going to qualify to go to the Worlds. And so it was 2 days after the time trial, and we get up and go down to the start, and it's just pouring with rain. And we've rented this U-Haul and we're all just in the back, just sheltering from the rain. And there starts to be some rumors that they might shorten it or delay it. And we find out that they've shortened it and they're going to delay the start. So instead of, the course was you'd ride out, do 2 laps of a hilly circuit and then come back. We were just going to ride out, do 1 lap and come back. So for me, as someone who's not like sprinting, I didn't want it to go to a sprint. I wanted it to be a really hard race because I was better on the climbs. So doing one lap wasn't exactly what I was hoping for.
And one lap would have been how long?
I think the whole race in total would have been 70K.
Okay.
It was probably planned to be about 100. So, and we lost some major climbs as well. But yeah, we start the race, and my plan was on the circuit, there's kind of 3 hills in succession. And so my plan was to kind of attack in that area there. And so we get to the hills on the circuit, and I've been kind of just saving my energy, but it's like pouring with rain, some of the hardest rain I've ever been in, and I'm just getting really cold, and we get to this climb, and I like, oh, now's the time I'm gonna attack here, and I like start going to attack, and I just go backwards, like,
oh wow,
yeah.
Oh.
I was really cold, like my legs, I don't know if you know the feeling, but like there's nothing in them. Right. They were too cold.
Because you're just sitting in the pack for like an hour or something, and is it, in the end, it was only 70K?
70K, yeah.
70K, so it's like an hour and a half race at most. You're sitting in the pack, your legs are just not ready to go. So the first attack...
Yeah, so I tried to attack, but I got into the climb like right at the front of the group, and I'm gonna attack. I try to attack, and everyone comes by me, and I'm going full gas, just trying to stay in the front group, and I just held on over the top of that climb. But the good thing was I warmed up because it was really hard, and so right after that there were 2 more climbs, and I was feeling really good on those, and I just attacked on those 2, and the group got smaller, maybe to 20 guys left, and on the way back I got away a couple times, but I was always getting brought back, and it ended up being a sprint, which for me, not being a sprinter, wasn't I tried my best, but it came to a sprint and did my best sprint, and coming fourth was probably the best that I could have done, but it wasn't on the podium, so I was actually quite disappointed after the road race, for sure. Right,
because your goal of making it to Worlds is now in jeopardy.
Yeah.
Right. But just going back a little bit, like how many are going into that final sprint?
Yeah, maybe 20, 25 guys.
Wow, okay. So you've got fourth in a pretty large pack finish. So
it was a slight uphill finish. Okay. It was a pure sprint though, really. And I remember just like trying to position myself well into the final corner, and and then we turned the corner, and it was maybe 500 meters to the finish, like gradually uphill, and just sprinted as hard as I could and came fourth, which
And for those of you who aren't here watching this, Adam doesn't look like Andre Greipel.
No.
Right? He's a fairly slight cyclist.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You're definitely
slight of build.
More of a climber than a sprinter.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Now you talked a little bit about your emotions after that. Like, you're disappointed.
Pretty disappointed. Yeah.
Like, take us through that.
Yeah. Obviously, like going into the race, I knew my goal was to win, and I thought I could do better. I think I did the best that I could on the day, so maybe there was no reason to be disappointed, but I was just disappointed with the result, even though I probably did the best that I could that day. The next day was the criterium, so going into that, it's still a national championship, which is it's a big deal, but I was like, it's not that important for it's not the road race or the time trial. It's not as important.
Right.
So I was
not a selection for the world. Yeah.
So it wasn't like your result in the crit doesn't get included in the coach's decisions.
Yeah.
And is it a hilly criterium or a flat?
Yeah.
one?
So it's actually the same finish as the road race, gradually uphill, and then you turn the corner and down, and so it's quite a hilly criterium. Yeah. And going into that, I was more relaxed, maybe a bit disappointed from the day before, but I wasn't like super focused on it. But we started the race, and I was maybe a bit angry and just like attacked. Like every time we went up the hill, I was just going as hard as I could, pretty much.
Wow.
And maybe 20 minutes in, I attacked, and no one followed me. So I was then solo for the rest of the race.
How much longer solo? Like was it
40 minutes maybe?
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy cow!
So you're just soloing, like literally, like feel like it turning the pedals in anger.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're you're just giving it everything.
Yeah.
And you're kind of throwing caution to the wind, right? Like a 40-minute breakaway in a criterium, I'm guessing, like, if you did the math and did the odds, has like a 1 in 500 chance of holding.
I think it helped that there was a climb in it. So, like, you would go hard up the climb and there's not as much drafting on that.
Right.
And then on the descent, you could kind of recover a little bit, and then you're at the climb again.
But still, 40 minutes on your own.
It's still hard,
That's a pogey. That's pogey style.
Yeah, exactly.
Pogey style breaking away,
And what's going through your mind when you're like when you're attacking, you're kind of just like going for the opportunity, hoping maybe someone goes with you, right? Like you're doing that attack. Maybe you get 2 guys with you, you work together. You're not be doing that attack thinking, I'm going to be on the front by myself for 40 minutes. So how are you processing this? Like, is it just 1 lap at a time, or?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted the race to be hard, like, because, the harder it was, the better for me, again, just because I'm not the fastest in the sprint. So I don't know, I wasn't really thinking, I was just trying to make it hard. I probably wasn't the best tactics, but I was quite strong, and once I got away, I was kind of just focusing on my power meter up the climb, just like
trying
to hold what I could do for the rest of the race. And it was quite fun. There was a lot of spectators there and some people that I knew in the crowd, so it was.
And they're cheering you on.
Yeah, I was enjoying it as well.
Wow.
And I could, I was just focused on doing the best I could, but it was nice to have the crowd there as well.
Now, did you start lapping riders, or how did that evolve?
Well, I think they pulled the riders before, but there was quite a big peloton behind me.
Yeah.
I got to the point where I couldn't see them when I looked back at the top.
And they couldn't see you.
Yeah, and they couldn't see me.
How does that feel?
And I mean, I didn't really know where they were, so
that's got to feel
it felt
good, though.
nice. But I think another rider had got away solo, and he closed it down to maybe 15 seconds, and then it kind of went back out again, and then we were both by ourselves and kind of just held on to the finish.
Wow, I wish I was there announcing that race, because I just feel inside me like how dramatic and exciting when you get that breakaway. And then they're trying to close it and the gap's reopening. Like that's that's pretty amazing.
It was a really nice way to end the week for sure. And like crossing the line was quite fun, and my dad was there at the finish, and it was just a nice, very nice experience, and something I'll never forget for sure.
Can you imagine? You see a cyclist in the distance coming over the hill. You're like, I wonder who that is. Oh my God, it's Adam Smith.
Yeah.
And then he stays away for 40 minutes.
Right.
Like,
He's got it. Oh man, so great.
And so that's obviously, like, you finish nationals, like that's a really good feeling. Like you've won the criterium in a solo breakaway for whatever, like 25K or something like that.
Yeah. So it was a super nice way to end the weekend, but I probably was going into the weekend maybe hoping for more in the road race. So I was definitely happy, but I still wanted to qualify for Worlds.
Right. And so normally what happens is after the nationals, there's a selection committee that meets together to decide who is going to be selected for Worlds or different trips and things like that. So you're now kind of at the mercy.
Yeah.
Like, you haven't won the road race.
Yeah.
So
where were Worlds that year?
They were in Zurich in Switzerland.
Oh,
yeah.
hilly.
And a hilly
very
course.
Cool place.
Okay.
Yeah, like a place you want to go.
Yeah.
And so at what point, like now, take us through, like you've kind of had this roller coaster nationals, not quite hitting your goals in one race, but another race is just spectacular.
Yeah.
Like and you want to go to Europe, you want to go to Worlds. So how did that progress for you?
So the selection criteria, the first criteria was if you were to top 5 a UCI race in Europe, which is very hard to do, but that was the first criteria, and no one had done it yet. I think maybe they made the selection in August at some point. So and then after that it was based off nationals and the road race. The top finishers in the road race would qualify, and we had 3 or 4 spots. So I was 4th. It was a possibility I could go, but I didn't know for sure. And the first 3 were definitely going. We go home after nationals, and I was planning on doing the Tour of Abitibi. It's a very big race in Quebec there for juniors with people from all over the world really going there. And I was preparing for that. But I didn't end up going. Maybe a bit of backstory. There's a race in France, Tour of Valrome. Yeah, it's a really big junior race and very hilly, and with all the best juniors there. And earlier on in the year, like, I knew I wanted to go to the race, but my team wasn't going, and so.
And your team was PNW.
Yeah, PNW,
a Canadian junior team. Yeah. Okay. So you knew you wanted to be at the race.
I wanted to do the race,
but your team wasn't going.
So
how do you get in?
Yeah, well, I sent some emails like in the spring, sent some emails to the teams that I knew were doing it, and like, oh, like if you have a guest ride spot, I sent my CV and stuff, and I sent an email to the race organizer as well, just seeing. And
so you're doing this on your own initiative, sending out these emails. This isn't your coach. This is something you want to do.
Yeah, and then so we get back from nationals, and I haven't heard anything from anyone. So I'm like, okay, I'm not doing it. And like Abitibi's at the same time.
Exactly.
So,
so kind of early August or so, mid-August.
Yeah, like end of July, I think. Okay. Yeah, so just getting ready for that, and maybe a week before Valrome and Abitibi start, I get an email or something from the race and organizer saying that a team's withdrawn and they're going to create a guest ride team full of guest riders. And
so great.
Yeah. So that was, and
this is a week before. You're in Winnipeg.
Yeah.
You're in Winnipeg, and this race is in like the French kind of Alps region.
Yeah, in the Alps there, yeah.
Yeah.
And
not a lot of altitude training on the legs.
First, like, I was like, okay. I talked to my parents and decided that I was going to do the race, but they were going on vacation somewhere in BC. And so it was very stressful just organizing everything. And I was 17 and I'd never really traveled that much. I'd been to Europe twice before, but it was always like, so I go over with my bike box and like on the plane, just sorting everything out, and managed to get there and got picked up. Some of the other guest riders, their parents, they were all from Europe, the other guest riders, and so they were kind of helping out. But we were kind of sorting everything out for ourselves, getting ourselves around. And there's like the Red Bull Bora junior team there, and they got all their like mechanics, and we're just out there cleaning our bikes. But
so good.
So I made it over there, and so it was an experience of itself just to get to the start, and I hadn't really prepared at all.
Right, and just to explore that a little bit, like if you've never gone to a pro road race, and not just to watch, but actually be behind the scenes, like if you're just showing up there, as you said, and there's teams that have 20 bikes.
Yeah,
they've got 4 pro mechanics. They've got all their cars decked out, everything.
Yeah.
And like you said, you're just showing up like this kid who's kind of just got off the plane.
Some random guy from Canada.
With a bike box. Like, how were you intimidated with that? Or was it more just like it's just happening? Like, this is what you want to do?
I wasn't really thinking about it, to be honest.
Yeah,
I was just,
that's so great.
Like, I definitely maybe felt out of place a little bit. But I was really just, I wasn't really thinking about the other stuff. I was just kind of focusing on getting to the race and
doing what you had to do, controlling what you had to control, and just get that done. Okay.
Yeah.
And I guess you'd already been there with the Canadian team.
Yeah.
So you knew a little bit. You had a sense.
Kind of, yeah.
But
I'd raced in Europe before, yeah.
Right. This is the biggest race you've ever done.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah.
Yes.
It's
like
biggest...
the junior Tour de France, in a sense.
Yeah. It's a big race, and it's a 5-day stage race, and all the days were pretty hilly.
Yes.
Close to the Alps there, like not super long climbs, but 20-minute climbs. So we get to the start. The first day was really hot, and it was a circuit. I remember I got a puncture like at the top of the final climb, and we didn't have a team car or anything. So I waited for a neutral service motorbike, and they sorted me out with a spare wheel. But I lost some time on that day. I don't know if I was really going for GC, but I didn't really want to lose time. So the first day didn't go super well. And then the next day was the longest stage of the race. It was the one with the most climbing as well. But most of the climbing was in the first half of the race. So the first half was, super hard. And there was a long climb, like halfway through.
And when you say long climb, like
20 minutes.
20 minutes, yeah.
Really steep, just narrow little climb, And so that was full gas, and I was suffering real bad, but I was maybe the last person to make it over in the front group of around maybe 20 guys. And
that's a cool feeling. Like
it's very cool, yeah.
When you look over your shoulder and you know that's it. Like
I was more trying not to get dropped myself.
Right,
but,
yeah.
Hold on.
But it was nice, and then we could recover on the downhill, and things actually slowed up a lot, and a whole bunch of people came back.
Okay.
But so there was maybe 60 guys, 70 guys.
But at that point, you're one of the top 20 guys probably from climbing perspective.
And there wasn't that much control in the final. Like it had been a hard day, and
so there's not teams like 5 guys lining up
there
for
were
the sprinter.
Everyone was quite tired, and
Okay.
it wasn't like super organized because the hardest part it had already happened. But the final was quite rolling, and maybe with like 25K to go, I was just kind of sitting in the peloton and kind of thinking like, I've come quite a long ways, and it's like
I should go for that.
I was just in Winnipeg a week ago, but it's been like a lot of effort to get here, and I've trained a lot, and so like I can't just sit around, and I don't want to wait for the sprint. So I just attacked, and there were 2 guys who were already up the road, and then another couple guys that we could just see ahead, and so I caught up to these 2 guys. So there were 2 guys, then me in a group of 3, and the peloton, and there wasn't a whole bunch of control, and I guess the peloton wasn't chasing super hard, but we were also working really well together. One of my teammates, guest ride teammates, was also in the same group as me, so we were just pulling really hard. We managed to stay away, and it was kind of a slow 1-2K climb, not very steep to the finish. And we were just trying not to get caught. Like I was thinking really about just trying to stay away, because even finishing the top 5 would be good. But in the final 500 meters, I kind of realized we're going to stay away, and I was on the front of the group. So I kind of just, prepare myself for the sprint, and I just stay to one side of the road. And
you're staying to the side of the road, so where if they're coming up on the other side.
So they could only come around on one side. And it was slowly uphill to the finish. And I just started sprinting with maybe 200 meters to go, and no one came by, and I came 3rd. And
wow.
At the finish, it was so happy. I just celebrating with people that I had no idea who they were.
Right.
But,
right.
Because you don't have a team.
Yeah.
Well, you're kind of on this ragtag team, so to speak. Like all these riders were riders that probably found out a week before that they were going to race.
Yeah.
And now one of them has got 3rd, and another has got 4th
it was
or
5th.
5th. Yeah.
So it was amazing just celebrating with guys that I met like 2 days ago. But it was really, really nice. And that had also meant that I got that top 5 in a UCI race in Europe.
Yes.
So then I had qualified to go to Worlds later that year as well.
Wow.
So,
this is a thing that happens in sports sometimes, and it's so cool. Like 9 days or 10 days before, you're thinking you're going to Abitibi, you're not going to go to Worlds, you're not going to go to this Val Romney race that you wanted to do. And now you're 3rd. You're on the podium.
Yeah.
Like, just what a turn of events. Like,
crazy turn of, like, if you had told me 10 days ago, I would have been like, that's impossible.
Impossible. Yeah. Exactly. And it actually happened.
Yeah. Well, 2 things. 1, you sent out the email, right? Like, how great. Like, it's just so smart, right? And 2, it must be really hard. I'd love to hear what you were thinking going into this, to know that you're part of a team where you guys aren't really going to be working together, or you don't know.
Yeah. And
you're going up against Bora Hansgrohe, right? Like, you don't have a team. You're there by yourself, rogue, just saying, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to go against these guys. I'm just going to go for it.
Yeah, we were just in black jerseys that we had bought from Decathlon like the day before.
Like from another team? From the store.
From
the store, right?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I love it.
Yeah, that's it's
that's so great.
Yeah, you drive right into town and you just stop at a sports store, pick up your clothing,
And you and 6 other guys decide which one you're going to wear as a team?
Just black, simple. Yeah. We were like, we had only met like a couple days before, but we were like spending all the time together, like all day, staying in the same hotel room. So the guy that was in the break was my roommate, and we had talked a little bit, and like we weren't super close friends, but we were gonna just help each other out. And when we were both there, I wasn't trying to race against him. We were just trying to help both of each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the team that you were on, were they like from all the other riders from France or?
Yeah, there was all over. There was a couple of the riders were on the Bahrain junior team, and so I think they had. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how that worked out, but there was a guy from South Africa, Hungary, Netherlands, Switzerland. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So just
so great.
Yeah. Just
what was your roommate's name?
Thomas. He was from Hungary. Yeah. Okay. Thomas Hanks. Yeah.
Okay. Shout out to Tom.
Shout out to Thomas. Now, just a practical question. So when they say you're in the race, right? If you were racing with PNW, they organize all your hotels.
Yeah.
Your food, like I'm sure they take care of everything. Like what did you guys have to do, or what did they do for you to make sure you didn't have to worry too much?
The parents of the other riders who were in Europe really helped out a lot with the hotels and stuff. But really it was just getting ourselves to the race. Like the guy from Switzerland, his dad had driven there and was kind of helping drive us to the race. But we were staying in a hotel that I think the race had organized. There were some other teams staying there as well. And so we kind of had meals there and stuff provided to us, but it was just all the other stuff around a bike race, like preparing your bikes and your strategy and getting everything ready to go to a race, which normally we're quite spoiled and a lot of it is done for us, but this is we were kind of just sorting everything out for ourselves, which was something I hadn't really done before. But
and this is now the second stage of a five-day stage race, right? So this is stage 2. You've just gone through this, everyone's celebrating, but now you got 3 more stages.
We got 3 more days.
So how did that unfold for you?
I think one of the days was a sprint stage. So I think that was the fourth stage was a sprint stage. Stage 3 was another story. Like quite bad weather again, and they neutralized. It was like really flat for the first majority of the race, and then it ended with like a 30-minute climb. And they neutralized the race just before the climb, because like we stopped on the side of the road for like half an hour because I can't remember whether it was because of the weather. Oh, now that I think about it, it was because there had been some crashes. Like it was super fast, flat, and we were going like 50k an hour for 2 hours, and there were some crashes, and all the ambulances had taken them to the hospital.
So there are no ambulances left.
So we needed to wait for the ambulances to come back. But as we're waiting there, we just see this big dark cloud coming towards us. We get going again and go up this climb, and it just starts like hailing with like 2 minutes left in the stage. I didn't have the best day. It was stage 3 just after the day that it went super well, but I kind of struggled on the final climb. I wasn't too bad. I can't remember where I came, but it was maybe around 30, 35. I can't remember. Okay. But and then getting back off the top of the mountain in this weather was a bit of a interesting experience. Just like it was like hail and everything, but we make it back, start stage 4, which was a sprint stage, and just got through that safely. And the next day was another really hard day with some long climbs, and I think this was actually the day that I had my best performance. It was there was a long climb, like 30 minutes, quite steep, maybe 2/3 of the way into the race, and I did my best numbers I had done up that climb, and I was in the it was kind of 1s and 2s, but I was in like the top 10, 15 at the top, and down the descent, my chain came off, and like I tried to put it back on while pedaling, but it got like wrapped around my crank, and yeah,
And this is
really
on a descent. Like you really
on
want
a
to get
descent.
that train on.
Yeah, like I
train on.
don't, I
You don't wanna
can't
stop.
pedal, and then I had to stop because it was like, but it was completely stuck, and like I couldn't do anything about it. I was trying to yank on it, but
So you're losing tons
I have
of
no
time.
bike and I can't go anywhere, so I'm just there, and I watched like the whole race go past, and then there's the team cars, and I'm just hoping that someone will stop, and help me because we don't have a team car.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of like slowly walking down the mountain,
Sticking your thumb out.
Yeah, just really disappointed. Hoping, and no team cars stopped, but eventually the broom wagon came along like 30 minutes later, and I just got in there, and so I didn't finish the stage.
Okay.
But so very disappointing way to end the week, but there, like, the bike was, I couldn't fix it, and yeah, it's, if I was on a team that had a team car, I would have probably not been that bad, but
Right.
so yeah, ended the week with a DNF.
Yeah, and again, what a roller coaster, right?
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks before, you've gone through nationals, not achieved, quite what you wanted. Then you get this email, you go to this race, you have the biggest race you've ever done. You've had your best result effort, and then you have a mechanical DNF. Like, that is bike racing.
Crazy, yeah.
Yeah, like
roller
you
coaster.
exactly. Like, it's just so up and down
Yeah.
compared to other endurance
Yeah.
sports. So, but still, like, when you finish that, like, obviously it's a disappointing end, but now you finish that the Val Romney Tour is over.
Yeah.
What, like, are you reflecting on that? Like,
Yeah.
wow, like I know I'm in that front group, like, from that last stage on the big climb, from that other stage. So what's going through your mind at that point?
Yeah, it was definitely a disappointing end, but after I was pretty happy. Like, coming third on a stage is really, like, it was breakthrough for me, and like in that race where Paul Sexas and Albert Philipson and riders that are like, Paul Sexas has been like, he podiumed European Championships like elite with Remco this year.
That's
so,
right. Like for people who don't know, he's like the French favorite.
Yeah,
he's the rider.
I
that,
think.
He's the next Julien.
Yeah.
And Albert Philipson is the brother of.
No,
yeah. Oh.
he's not the brother,
Okay.
but he's like, he ended up winning that race, and
Okay.
he's on Little Trek, and
Okay. So
yeah.
top riders that you're racing with.
yeah, I was quite happy with the experience. Something so unexpected. But yeah, coming home, I was happy with how it went.
Yeah. So now, do you know that you're going to go to the World Championships?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is that like, once you've got that top 5 result, you know that, or how is that?
I mean, I didn't know, like, I hadn't been selected, but I knew the criteria, and I knew that I had met the criteria. And
Okay.
So yeah.
Now,
That's not always.
Yeah. Did you send an email like to?
No,
It's not always a guarantee.
Yeah, like you fill out a form to like apply, and then they select you later on. But
Okay.
yeah, no. So I didn't know like 100%, but I was pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay. So now you're flying back to Canada right after that race?
Yeah, I came back to Winnipeg for a little while, but I wasn't actually home for that long before I went back with PNW. We spent.
So this is your normal team.
Yeah, so
that
this
you're
is
on.
my
They're-
trade
They
team.
are now going to Europe.
And it had been planned in advance, and it wasn't super last minute.
You didn't have to coordinate your.
Yeah, but we spent the first couple weeks in Belgium doing kermesses, which was really good to just. I mean, coming from Winnipeg, racing at Birds Hill and is very different than to what it's like to race in Europe. So.
Yeah, and let's go through a kermesse. Like, people, again, who are listening to this have never maybe watched one or experienced one. So you're like maybe in Belgium or France?
Yeah, in Belgium, yeah.
So take us through, like, describe a kermesse to someone who typically races at Birds Hill Park.
Yeah.
Or
So a kermesse is, they have a whole, like, so many of them throughout the year, but they're just circuit races. Like, the circuit might be 10 kilometers long.
how many riders?
Like 100, 150,
Right,
200.
huge packs. Yeah,
Massive.
200.
And they're all, like, strong riders too. Like, they all know what they're doing, and they're really good.
And And these are riders that are doing these kind of races
Yeah,
week
and
after week.
it's on narrow roads, like
These are narrow
the-
European roads.
yeah.
These aren't the
No.
perfectly
Yeah.
paved,
Yeah.
wide.
it's in Belgium. You're going left, right, like up and down, like
Punchy climbs.
Yeah, really, really, hard racing, and so yeah, we were staying in Belgium there for a couple of weeks, doing some kermesses, and it was a really fun time. The races don't suit me perfectly, but I managed to get in a good amount of breaks and got like a whole bunch of top tens, and it was just a fun time, being in Europe with some of your really good friends and just racing, like, really great memories from that. So yeah,
And you're racing with your team. So
Yeah.
sometimes you have like a team role where you're trying to chase down breaks, and other
Yeah,
times you're
like,
trying to get in the breakaway.
in juniors, like, we race together and we don't chase each other, but we're not like necessarily fully sacrificing yourself. So everyone's kind of like trying to race, but if someone's up the road, I'm not gonna try to chase them down.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So the more the strategy is, hey, take your chances.
Yeah.
And if you get in the right break, we're just trying to get maybe one of our riders in the right break.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was lucky to get in the breaks quite a lot. So I got some nice race experience and some okay results there too.
And this is, again, kermesse is like, you're huge packs,
Yeah.
narrow roads. Like you're really learning the ropes. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Like this is true bike racing. This is not like 5 of you in a pace line at.
Yeah.
This is just mass pandemonium, and you're just having to keep trying to move up. Move up.
Being strong is, you need to be strong, but I feel like a lot of the racing in Canada, if you're the strongest, you can just win because you can.
Right.
But yeah, in Europe, it's really hard with the positioning and to get to the front of the race. Like, that's hard in itself.
And you could waste a lot of energy. Like it's
Yeah.
really a skill, and it's like a huge skill to be able to move up, be in the right position in the pack, and conserve your energy.
Yeah.
And use your energy wisely, right? So you're
Yeah.
having to learn that. And it's not like, hey, there's an opening, I'm just going to slowly move up and take it. It's like there's 3 other riders
Yeah.
trying to move for that opening.
Yeah.
Or if
Like-
you try to go up the side,
Yeah.
right, you're going to have to go in the gutter, right?
Yeah. If you want to get to the front in a Manitoba race, you just go to the front. But in Belgium, you got to
You've got 100 other riders
yeah,
trying to get to the
and
front at the same time.
Yeah, for me, it was hard to get to the front sometimes. But when I got there, I would try to attack and make use of it. And,
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Because you'd miss the break, right? Like if you don't get to the front and the break goes, you're done.
Yeah, and then pretty much, like no one will chase, and there's tactics, and no one works super well together, and you don't want to miss the break.
So psychologically, you finished Val Romy strong, and now you're going into these races. Are you thinking to yourself, I should always be in this break?
Yeah,
And that experience probably set you psychologically apart,
yeah,
saying to yourself, I deserve this.
yeah.
I'm going to be in there. And maybe some of those other guys too, they're looking at you.
Yeah, I'm
Before-
not sure, but it definitely gave me more confidence and made me feel like I belong a bit more, because going over to Europe, it's quite hard. Like, these guys have been racing for such a long time and they know what they're doing. But it gave me some more confidence, and these races were very different. They were more flat and didn't suit me as well. But it was really nice to learn the positioning and all the skills that come along with racing as well. I definitely didn't master them, but I just improved in that area.
So now how long were you there in Belgium for?
Yeah, we were in Belgium for 2 weeks, and then the big race that we did with PNW was Tour de Le Mans in the final week of our trip.
Okay. So tell us about that.
Yeah,
race.
it's in Switzerland. And so it's a quite hilly, hard race, similar to Val Romy. And going into this race, I wanted to do well on GC. I was trying to win, but I wanted to focus on the GC. And the first stage, some of my teammates were kind of trying to help me, which was super nice of them. I'm really grateful for that. And so the first stage, just a hard hilly stage with a kind of 10-minute climb at the end, and there's a break that gets up the road, and it's getting 5 minutes and no one's doing anything. I can't remember how long, but it had a good gap, and we were going
you're getting
so
frustrated.
slow
You're
behind.
Getting frustrated.
And bit maybe my inexperience. I was like, I want to get there. Like, what are we doing here? And I attack with one of my other teammates, and he helps Ben Moore, and he helped me attack, and we got a gap, and he helped pull for a while, and then I was solo, and I was just solo, just by myself, and I caught the group. Like, it took like a long time, but I caught the group. And then the peloton, we have like 2 minutes on them, and so it's like, oh yeah, this is going great. But we get to the final climb, and the peloton has brought back a lot of time, and we get caught like halfway up.
Tough.
But I still did a good result and went as hard as I could, and I came fourth.
Wow, even after
So
soloing.
really, maybe a bit of a stupid stuff that I did that day, but it was good for my confidence going into the next 2 stages. I knew I was one of the strongest riders there.
And this is something about bike racing that also people don't follow bike racing aren't aware of is the enormous patience it takes. Like, you have to kind of gamble a bit and be patient and say, the brake's gone, I could use up all my energy to try and chase it down, or I can gamble and wait for the pack to catch. So you've kind of learned a little bit about that out of this race.
Yeah, I probably could have been more patient for sure that day.
But I think that's the other thing you said is you've also got this confidence that you can be in that solo, bridging across and still have a strong finish with the whole pack.
Yeah.
And most of that pack, they've got fresh legs.
Yeah.
So it was your tired legs against their fresh legs, and you still get.
Yeah, you've just time trialed for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Right, to bring him back.
Yeah, I can't remember, but it felt like a long time.
Yeah.
By myself. So I came fourth that day, and I was really looking forward to the next 2 days because I knew I could do well. I was fourth on GC. I had lost a bit of time to the leaders, but I was really I was in the mix. And so the next day had the longest climb, maybe a 30-minute climb to the finish, and it started with a flat circuit around Aigle, which is where the UCI headquarters are in Switzerland there. I was just going to save energy, be more patient this time, and just save for the final climb. And we are doing these circuits, and halfway through, there's just a massive crash, and I go down the crash covers the whole road, and I go down really hard. I break my handlebars on my bike, and I'm really quite cut up. I can't hold the bars that well, and I didn't really think I was going to be able to keep going, but they neutralized the race again. And I ride they neutralized the race 5K down from where the crash was. So I was kind of just lying there, and no one was really there. And there were medics and stuff, and they were looking at other people too. But I get back on my bike. I knew I wasn't seriously injured, but I had a whole bunch of cuts, and I couldn't hold the bars super well, and my bike was broken. But I just get going. I think the race is still going. I just get on my bike and get going quite slowly. But turns out, they neutralized the race, and I catch up to the field. They're just kind of waiting there. And then I got on a spare bike, and
your normal spare bike?
No, it was my teammates. He wasn't doing that race, so I was just on my teammate's bike.
Okay.
And
is it size for you? Is it?
It fit pretty well.
Oh,
all right.
We changed the seat.
Okay. You adjusted the seat.
It wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really in a place where I could fight to try to win the race, and I kind of just limped my way to the finish line. And I didn't really. I finished the race. I'm out at GC. I don't know where I came, but just finished. And I didn't know if I was going to start the next day, to be honest. There's a funny picture at the finish line of just me kind of covered in blood, just sitting there at a bus stop, just thinking. But
down and out in Switzerland.
Yeah. But everyone on the team is really supportive and nice, and just kind of helped fix me up. And I'm going to decide whether I'm going to start the next day in the morning. So I go to sleep, and we go to the race in the morning. And
maybe explain to people who haven't, again, bike raced or had a crash like that. You're covered in bandages.
Yeah.
You probably
can't sleep that well.
You probably
you
couldn't
can't
have a
sleep.
shower, right?
Showering sucks, but
because you're just and I know you're trying to sleep, and you're all cut up, and you're just lying there, and it's just you can't really fall asleep. You can't roll over, you roll over and you feel it. And
every it was definitely hard, but everyone on the team was quite nice and helped helped fix me up and get some bandages and kind of supported me. So that was, really nice. And we get to the start of the final stage, and I'm trying to decide what I should do. But, I'll decide I'm here. I can ride my bike, so I should. And, we wrapped up my hand. It made it look like I was really more injured than I was, but we wrapped my hand up and kind of made it look like a cast, but it was just because I had some cuts on my hand and
you needed that.
It was
padding.
so hard to hold the handlebars. And so in the race, I was kind of just thinking well, I can't really brake super well, so I don't really want to ride in the peloton. So it's I'm going to ride at the back or I'm going to go in the front.
Nice.
Yeah. So I just tried to get in the breakaway, and I got in the breakaway. And
so this just 10K in or 20K in?
Just from the start, just trying to fight for the early breakaway.
Yeah, okay.
You can only brake with your left hand.
Yeah, but I could brake.
No,
just not super
not constantly.
well.
Yeah.
If I had to brake immediately, it probably wouldn't work. But yeah, I was quite stiff from the day before, but once kind of things got going, you're in the race and you don't really you loosen up and it feels okay. And we got in the break, and the breakaway stayed to the line, and it was kind of a sprint, and I came fifth. So that was...
How many are in the breakaway?
9.
And so you had to sprint with your injured hand, right?
Yeah.
That's also you're injured, you can't hold the handlebars.
It wasn't that bad.
Okay.
I think it looked much worse than it was.
And at that point, I guess once you're into the race, the body's warmed up, and
you're in the race. You don't really. Yeah.
And I think it's a little more just an automatic response, right? You've done enough races where you've come into the sprint, and it's just the adrenaline rush, and you just put it all out there.
I think just gave it. It was a very technical, narrow finish, came fifth, and once I got off the bike, it hurt a lot more. No, that was a really kind of a crazy day. But
that's some good teaching. I think that's a good moment for young riders. You're not thinking, well, I can't brake. If someone cuts me off, if someone bumps me, I'm not thinking about the consequences. I'm just thinking about racing.
Well, and I think it's not just not thinking about the consequences, but you're trying to deal with what you've got.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's the thing. I can't ride in the pack, so I either can ride at the back or I can ride at the front.
Yeah.
And I don't want to ride at the back, so why not just go off the front? It's whatever dealt to you, you just find a way to deal with it.
But that choice means you have to work way harder.
Yeah, right.
You're flown at the back.
It's not an ideal choice, but anyways, it's
riding at the back is still really hard, just with the whole slingshot.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I mean, it was safe to do it. It wasn't.
Yeah, you're not you can't brake at all. You're not on a fixed gear
but,
bike or something.
Yeah, just kind of went for it, and it worked out in the end.
But once again, it's the ups and downs of bike racing.
Yeah.
You've just had a crash, a really bad crash. You're at a point where you might not race the next day. Then you do race the next day. You get in the breakaway, and you get fifth. That's bike racing, right? You've just learned to roll with the punches and keep moving forward.
Yeah, I guess when you're in the race, you're not super you're just kind of thinking about the race, really.
Right. What you can do, what's the right thing to do. Okay.
But you're not thinking, woe is me. And I love that attitude. I love that attitude.
Yeah.
You could be thinking, oh my goodness, I was in GC, I was doing really well, and this crash happened, and oh no.
But I think another thing that you mentioned there that you kind of slid in there is you thanked the support of your team.
Yes.
Right, that. You could just sit there and mull and just kind of be in your own sorrow, but you really thanked your team. That's really important part of bike racing, bike racing in Europe, having that support, right? Just maybe take us through when you say they supported you, what are some of the things that?
Yeah, I mean, when you crash and you can't really do a whole bunch, for getting bandages and just supporting, doing everything,
carrying your luggage, carrying your bike, making sure your bike's fixed up,
fixing your bike, getting a bike ready for you the next day. and
putting ketchup on your fries.
yeah,
and
like
when you
they
can,
were
yeah.
so helpful. I mean, I probably did feel sorry for myself a little bit.
Sure,
but,
yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
But you recognize they were supporting you, like
Yeah.
they were there for you.
for sure. I wouldn't have I probably wouldn't have started
If it wasn't for your
yeah,
team.
and yeah, they were super nice, and yeah, really thankful for that for sure.
So let's now move forward. Like we've only covered
I
like
know.
3 or
Yeah.
4 weeks,
Yeah.
but it's been what a crazy 3 or 4 weeks. But now you've got so they did the tour of Le Mans
Yeah.
in Switzerland, and at this point you're going to the World Championships in Zurich.
I probably found out. I probably knew at that point. Yeah.
So you want to go to kind of take us through to the World Championships?
Yeah. So my mom had actually came out, and I met her at the finish line of the last stage of Tour de Le Mans. So yeah, I stayed.
So she's
after
there. Your
the-
mom is there
Yeah.
when you get 5th on that stage.
Yeah, she
Nice.
was there. So-
But also you're all bandaged
I don't think
Yeah,
she
all
actually
bandaged up.
like she had just flown in that day.
Wow.
So I don't think she actually made it quite to the finish, but I
Okay.
saw her like a couple minutes after. and,
Wow.
No, it was
Wow.
very nice.
So
that
you're
she
all
could be
bandaged
there,
up,
yeah.
but you're 5th place.
Good thing she wasn't there at the start.
Yeah.
She might
probably.
have pulled you off the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she was quite supportive.
Oh, good,
Before
good,
this,
good.
like just texting with her.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was super nice to see her, and so we stayed together. We went to Tignes in France for 2 weeks, which is actually at altitude.
It's altitude, right? Yeah, a lot of people go there for altitude training.
We were
yes.
only there for 2 weeks, but it was a nice place to train, and like it was kind of during it wasn't during the mountain bike season, it wasn't during the ski season, so
Right. It's like a
there
resort,
weren't
not too
yeah,
busy.
We were just staying in like an empty apartment building, basically.
Yeah, on the top of a mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she I mean, I had just crashed, but like I recovered, healed up and started training and had 2 good weeks of training.
And did you go there with your team?
No, I was just me and my mom.
I
yeah.
see. So, and this is maybe your first time like doing altitude.
Oh
training.
yeah, I'd never been
sleeping at altitude.
I think I didn't plan it out super well. It was. I mean, firstly, it was a good place to train, and the altitude probably helped. But yeah, in the Alps, it's just amazing, like the climbs you can do, and it was really
Just a
cool
beautiful
place to train.
experience. Yeah, right.
And so we stayed there for 2 weeks, and then I joined the national team so we were doing a race in Belgium to prepare for Worlds and then go to World Champs. So went to Belgium, did that race. I probably can't talk about every single race.
Yeah,
but,
for sure. Yeah.
So we did that, and then we went to Worlds.
And this is Zurich.
First
World Championships.
And it's junior Worlds, but the elite Worlds are in the same place.
That's an important
Yeah.
detail. Like it's a full week of championship races, and typically it's like, you've got the elite men, the elite women, the junior men, the junior women. Like everyone, all the top riders in the sport are there, and it's just a huge, and then there's hundreds of thousands of fans, crazed European cycling fans.
Yeah, like this is like the Olympic Games.
So cool. And
Yeah.
we were
Of
staying,
cycling.
we were staying in the same place as the rest of the Canadian team. So
Michael Woods and
Derek
Derek G.
Woods, Derek G.
Oh man,
Like
so great.
Magdalene
Tour de France
Valliers.
riders, right?
Yeah.
Like they've just come from.
And we were like having meals in the same place, and no, it was a really
so cool.
such a cool experience. I was I've been a fan of all these guys for
Right.
a long time, so
And did you say Madeline was there?
I think she was there.
Yeah, who, if you don't know, she went on this year to win
Yeah.
the Road Worlds,
Right.
Like that's who you're hanging out with.
Yeah,
right?
you're
Like,
I mean, we didn't
scooping
talk to them that much.
scrambled eggs together.
stage winners, world champions.
Oh my God.
I was probably a bit shy and didn't
Yeah.
talk to them that much.
Sure,
but,
yeah, that's
it
normal.
was just cool to be in the same place, and I mean, kind of racing at similar times, and it was just really cool.
Yeah.
And I was doing the time trial and the road race. The time trial was kind of just a flat out and back in the middle of Zurich, and came 34th, I think. It's such an amazing experience to race Worlds. I was happy. 34th was probably around where I belonged. That was probably expected about that area. And
it's a flatter time trial.
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But I had worked quite hard on my time trial and had ridden the time trial bike a good amount, and so that was I guess I was probably satisfied after that race. Then we had a couple of days of yeah, just resting in Zurich, and then it was the road race. I think it's just good to mention like how much fun that experience is, like being at races with your friends, because I had raced with these guys quite a lot over the year, and we became good friends. And yeah, just staying in hotel and just being in like Zurich, Switzerland, just
so great
with a whole bunch of other pro cyclists was just an amazing experience. So really fun and learning a lot as well, just from the experience and from other people around. And then the road race was a couple days later, and it was raining again. Somehow all the races were raining, but it was flat at the start, and then there was a hilly final, like maybe 4 good climbs in the end on a circuit. So like we would do 4 climbs, 1 climb per circuit, and the first climb, I was like, that's where things were gonna start, and I stayed in the front group up there, but it went. There was quite a technical descent in the rain, and I kind of relaxed, just thinking like, we've just done the climb, and okay, I've made the front group, good, but I shouldn't have, and it went crazy on the descent, and all the strongest guys went away, and
so they attacked on the descent. In the rain.
So then we were kind of just in smaller groups behind, just fighting for places, and I came 30th in the end. Yeah, but still, like a really cool experience. Like you're so cool. Yeah,
you're racing with the best juniors in the world.
Yep.
And battling with them, and it's every race is different, right? Like strategically, you decided I'm not going to try and push it on the descent, but that's happened where the race happened to go, right?
Yeah.
That's just how bike racing is sometimes. So
yeah, it was a really cool experience. 30th was, I feel like maybe I could have done better if I had like known how the race was going to go, but I mean, no one knows, and hindsight's like nice, but I think for my first season racing in Europe and like just learning so much, I felt like I learned so much that year. It was a nice way to end the season. Maybe I was hoping for a bit better in the road race, but I think I was happy with it. And after the race, I stayed a couple days and watched Tadej win
solo breakaway for whatever it was,
and we were just watching on the side. Just so many fans, just such a cool experience. If anyone ever gets a chance to watch like a big race in Europe, it's just so fun. It's a really cool experience. So that was a nice way to end it, and then that was the end of the season there.
Did any of the senior guys come down and give you any advice, or do you get time with like Rusty
Derek G,
and
we
Derek?
were sitting at the table like having dinner and Derek G came over and sat with us juniors for a little while there, and like they were all really nice, and I think I mean we were probably a bit shy, didn't want to but yeah, they were really nice, and I think if ever you had a question, they would like be there to help you, and everyone was just really supportive, and all the staff there too is super great.
And for those that don't know Derek G, like Tour de France racer that season in 2024,
he had just top 10 the tour.
He had just top 10 the tour, and he was in that
stage win,
that gravel stage where he got second. And that was just like, people say that was the hardest stage they've ever been in, and he got second in that stage. Like that's the quality rider that was there you're chatting with.
And he's just like a regular guy who just comes up and talks to you. So yeah, it was a really nice to be able to be with those guys, and we probably could have maybe talked to them a bit more, but we were maybe a bit shy and didn't really. But no, it was a great experience, and they're all really nice, and the coaches as well were really helpful. So yeah, great experience.
Yeah, so that's like, so what we've just gone through is only like a 2-month period of racing.
Maybe the craziest 2 months
of your life.
Probably the craziest, but it's phenomenal. Like so many ups, so many downs, so many like greatest performances ever, huge, biggest races ever, but disappointment, crashes, everything mixed in.
This interview went so long and was so great that we are going to split this into 2 parts. So stay tuned, everyone. Next week, part 2 with Manitoba's homegrown neo-pro professional cyclist, Adam Smith.
Hey, Pedalcast fans, you can now reach out to John and Steve through email. Our email is longhall@umfm.com. longhall@umfm.com. So you can send us all your questions, all your compliments, and we might get to them on the Pedalcast. So thanks for listening, and reach out to let us know what you're thinking. Thanks for listening to the Long Haul Pedalcast. Be sure to subscribe and keep listening to all of these incredible stories that will help inspire you to create your own long haul journey.